Okay, here we go. Hi, I'm Judy John. I'm Edelman's Chief Creative Officer and this year's Titanium President at the Cannes Lions. So what excites me about Cannes Lion this year is just the sheer body of work that reflects what's happening in culture around the world. Cannes is like a time capsule of what is trending, what's society interested in, what are people interested in, and seeing that point of view from different parts of the world in different markets. It's like going back to school and just, flexing that muscle, learning what's new, and being surprised by some of the creative solutions to some of our toughest problems. Titanium-worthy work is, I think the goalposts move every year. It's a reflection of what is happening in society and what problems need solving. What I love about Titanium is that it is the undefinable work. It's the work that doesn't really fit in one category. And it's not always the Grand Prix that end up in Titanium. There's work that just shows up in Titanium. And sometimes that's the best work. And they're big campaigns. They're small campaigns, but they're really insight driven. They're society changing at times. But also those will be the pieces of work that we talk about for years to come. And we will reference and we will show clients. That is the standard that we're looking for. Having judged Cannes many times, and thank you to Cannes for always having me, Titanium is different because it's probably the most rigorous in interrogating the work, what the actual impact is, the scale of it, or, the insight behind it. And now that there are live presentations where the team has 10 minutes to present and we have 10 minutes to ask questions, you really start to understand, how the idea came to be, how difficult it was, the impact that it had, the possible collaborations. There's so much more beyond the case study that we get to understand. And I think that that's why it's harder to win a Titanium because there's just so much rigor. So last year we won Titanium for DP World Move to -15. And what was wonderful about that campaign is we challenged the industry. If we are shipping at -18, we discovered that we could be shipping at -15. That change of 3 degrees warmer could be world changing in terms of global sustainability. And then we, with DP World got 60% of the shipping community to commit and pledge to changing to -15. I'm proud of so much of the work going in this year. I really think that, at Edelman, we're just getting better and better. And all of our work lives in culture. And we're always looking for what's relevant, what's sticky, what will be earned, what is social. One of the Edelman pieces of work that I'm really excited about is eBay Endless Runway. And you see that it's a beautiful combination of luxury, sustainability, and commerce coming together. And, when you think about sustainable fashion, it is on the rise and it should be on the rise when you think about all the clothes that is going into landfills and the buying behavior. People want fashion. We don't have to create new fashion every time. And there's so much wonderful clothes out there that you can get on eBay, which is one of the largest platforms for sustainable fashion. And we created this runway show at New York Fashion Week in partnership with New York Fashion Week. And then we did it in London and in Paris. It was so successful that we're doing it again next year. So look out for that. Another piece of work that I'm really excited about from Edelman is Taco Bell Encore Hours. And when you think about Taco Bell, we've always been invested in music. We do Feed the Beat. And, through social listening, we discovered that in the UK, restaurants close early. So there's nowhere to eat after 11 o'clock. And so if we're really about music and feeding the beat, we need to open our stores longer and feed the people coming out of concerts. So you don't have to choose whether you stay for the encore or you come and have a taco. And so we created Encore Hours, and it's a flexible system based on when the last encore of the band happens, and then we flex by 2 or 3 hours. And it was so successful that those 2 or 3 hours of extra restaurant opening time became the most valuable hours for the whole day. Another case that I'm really excited about that is unexpected in the category and also for Edelman is for Omo, Dirt is Good. And when you think about laundry detergent and their Dirt is Good platform, getting kids out, and they've been doing this campaign for years, we discovered an insight in Turkey that only 19% of kids actually go out and play outside regularly, which is crazy when you think about their kids. They should be outside, versus their parents' generation, where 83% of when they were kids went out inside and played. So what we did was we took out of home billboards and we created play spaces. So you'll see a soccer pitch. We put up a basketball net, all in areas where playgrounds were removed for, urban growth. And so those spaces are so important. So we created these play spaces for kids and to get them out again. It was highly successful. We had so many, you'll see in the case study, kids are going out and playing again. What I love about the Omo Dirt is Good out of home is that it is lo-fi. While we're going so digital, it's lo-fi. It's a lo-fi solution to get kids back out playing. It's that simple. Some of our solutions don't need to be complex. They actually need to be more simple. The type of work that's rising to the top today is work that is breaking through culture. I always say culture is media and media is culture because everything we create competes with culture. And if you think about the sheer content that is being uploaded every day and every week, we're talking not millions, we're talking billions. And you're competing with that as a brand, as a message, as an act. It has to be that much more relevant, engaging, and interesting. And I think it just creates a very different barometer for what is going to work. And I'm excited to see that the ideas that will win and will break through are non-traditional. They're inherently earned. They're shareable. We're a very social being. So the work that you're seeing winning at Cannes and across all the shows is work that is non-traditional. It's surprising. It's stuff that cuts through the feed, creates experiences, and touches you. That's the work that's cutting through. And when you think about AI and AI coming into our business, coming in hot, and everyone's saying we can drive efficiencies and we can make more content, we don't need more content. We need more better content. And when you think about billions pieces of content being uploaded every week, billions, not millions, the importance of creativity is greater than ever. And so that's the work that is going to be rewarded. If you can cut through being amongst 1,000 case studies, you can start to cut through culture. What I hope the industry takes away from the work this year is the importance of creativity. Absolutely. That we are not just an output, that we are an input to how we solve business problems. Creativity sees possibilities where things are impossible. And I think that you'll see that in the work. Secondly, I think that there's a greater emphasis on action and less on just saying. I think that you're seeing that from consumers and people, that they want to see brands and companies doing something, not just talking about it. And I think that that's the work that will be rewarded, because that's really creating a difference in the world. Nailed it.